So in the Middle Ages, they had these courts called pie powder courts. They were very informal courts at the fairs themselves, and the merchants ran the courts, and all the laws, so-called laws, were more like customs, but everybody agreed to it, and it worked because everybody understood it and everybody agreed to it. And if you ever went away from it, the penalties were quite harsh. It was more like vigilante. They would go and take your stuff, or they would put you in the stockade, or they would, like if you didn't pay your bills, they would put you in a cart with manure and take you around the town, et cetera, et cetera. So you had to be so-called honorable. And so that whole system is still running today. They just stopped talking about it. But you can find it in federal acts like the Uniform Commercial Code, the Bills of Exchange Act in Canada, the Bills of Exchange Act in the UK, Australia, Hong Kong, throughout the Caribbean, Africa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They all mention the law merchant that is still in operation. And yet, if you ask a lawyer what the law merchant is, he will go, "I've never heard of it," or he will say it's a myth. But yet, you'll find it um, in federal acts today. So that's what we're dealing with today. And because of that, once you understand the customs and so-called rules or laws, they're not really laws, but once you understand it, like I said, this thing was meant to be self-correcting. You didn't, if everybody understood it, you wouldn't try and take advantage of another merchant because it would double back on you. So it was self-correcting and worked really well for that group. Well, they just foisted it upon the whole world and then didn't tell us that it even existed and turned us into merchants with the birth certificate name. And then they're using our signature and using our agreements as if we're merchants and we don't understand it. And so we get taken advantage of. And that's the feeling that you're getting from this system, that it's just constantly pushing down on you, and there's no way out and all this stuff. The way out is to understand merchant law because everything they do is an offer. We just have to deal with that offer in the correct way. And so that's what we teach at Empower. And it starts to, number one, we're doing it on the four agendas: the smart meters, vaccines, 5G, and the spraying in the air, because though they're doing all those weapon systems commercially, they're getting us to agree to it.